Hey guys, happy Monday. It is month in and we are in August and we are literally about ready to finish up this quarter and go into the last quarter of the year. Well, getting close to there, right? And I'll tell you how you literally finish this time of the year. And how you go into the fall months. It's going to help kind of set you up for the new year, right? And we've had some crazy like offerings of bonuses and so forth. And now we're going to have some I cannot wait until the new comp plan takes place, and there's going to be built-in bonuses and bonus matching for enrollers. And I love that because, not all companies, you guys, are created equal. And multiple things I love about Lavelle is one, we don't have any website fees and it is literally free to join, right? So I have been running my business for free. Now, don't get me wrong, I purchase things here and there, but I kind of cancel that out with my what I make, right? So even if I do make a purchase, I still consider that an investment because in any business, you have to purchase supplies, you have to purchase material, you have things that you are going to have that run your business, right? So anything that you should never be in the red. And if you're in the red, then you're purchasing stuff and you're not selling it. You are not getting out samples. You are just purchasing, and you are setting yourself up for failure. So don't ever do that. Okay. You should never have mounds of stock. I actually am going to I just got together a ton of stuff and it's actually in a big old basket right behind me of some things that I have that there's no way that I'm going to possibly use up that I either got as an extra or I just didn't realize that I had like more than one because when I moved, anyways, I don't want these things to go outdated. So I'm going to go ahead and sell them because the date's coming up I don't want them to expire. And there's just no way I'm going to possibly go through them. So I'm either going to leverage them as, hey, if you get started, with a pack, I might send that out, or I might just sell them out as long as they create a free customer account. They're willing to share a testimony. You see, I'm still going to create value on it. So if I do a discount on that product, I sell the product, the person's still going to have a profile, and I still want a review, especially if they're going to get it at a steep discount, right? Because that's not coming into my volume. So I don't really like to do that, but I also don't want things to just sit on my shelf. So I'm going to figure out some ways to kind of leverage them. Maybe I'll do a giveaway and do like a live or something along those lines. So let's focus on the month end and where we're at, right? So you guys listen, we have one major focus when you go into month end. And I have said this for years. In fact, I just pulled up a live that I did on my team page back in 2019. And for those that don't know, literally month end is a love of mine. And the reason why, it's because it's all about our team winning, and it's all about helping people thrive for free. It's all about helping people achieve different goals. And sometimes it's a rank, sometimes it's just simply getting their product for free at the end, like at the beginning of next month. And I really, 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 that's going to be part of what I'm going to tell you guys about if we do see these huge, like in recession. One of the tips that I found on that page today was people are going to be tightening their budgets, okay? And they are not going to be purchasing frivolously. So how can we kind of combat that? One, working with people's budgets. Two, helping them thrive for free and literally walking them through, how are you feeling? What are what is it that you notice they're different? And then you kind of helping them create that post, right? Because sometimes people just don't know what to say and they don't want to come off salesy to their friends. But if it's not actually about the sales, but actually just sharing how it's changing things for them, it's creating an answer and a solution for their friends. And then, I'm going to be stockpiling my credits. I'm going to be making sure to utilize them very wisely and very smartly. So if I even just throw in 10 credits for somebody, that helps them get a little bit off their shipping, or depending on what their order is, maybe they don't get $100 worth of product, but if I throw in 5 or 10 credits, that's really going to help them. Especially if their budget is $50 and something is 60, you better believe I'm going to be willing to budget out that, especially if it's going to help that person get thriving for free, or help somebody, because the more eyes and the more people that you can reach, and the more leverage you can do with that. So that is going to reach a new audience for you, right? So month end, thriving for free. That means you thriving for free. If you aren't, that should be your major focus right now. And that can be reaching out. I have somebody, actually, I woke up to 2 different people. One was somebody that wanted to become a customer. And 2 was somebody that wants to be a promoter, and she just hasn't ordered yet. Okay. So since I have 2 of those people, both of them, we are getting set up, and we're going to get their orders in and get them ready to go. We're just figuring out. In fact, the one I was just talking to right before this Zoom, and I was like, hey, I'll get back to you here in about an hour as soon as I get done. She's like, no problem, no problem, right? And that's just a clear communication. Do not be afraid to follow up with people, you guys. People forget. I'm crazy and always busy, and I can never remember anything unless I have it wrote down. I have an alarm at my phone, and then sometimes my alarms are muted, or I just get caught up and then I just forget. So it's not on purpose. It's not being intentional. I'm definitely not ghosting somebody, but sometimes things just come up. And then also sometimes, especially if people are tightening their budget, they may not reply to you just because they don't want to tell you they can't do it right now. And that's just, it's kind of like, I don't know, when you think about different personalities, when you think about different love languages, some people don't like to say no. I am a yes person. I very rarely say no to people, and it's not, sometimes it's a good quality and sometimes it bites me in the ass. So if you know what I mean, you're a yes person, and you hate telling people no, you're probably an avoider too, when you don't want to say no to them sometimes. So those people, don't take offense if they ignore you. And then also making sure month end, making sure you are qualified and active. You guys, I cannot tell you how many times I've been with Lavelle for 7 years. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people roll into a new month and they were not qualified and active, and they didn't even realize it, or they were missing one of their qualified legs. If you're 4K and higher, you need to have 2 qualified legs. If you're 40K and higher, you need to have 4, 2 for 4K and 12K, and 44 for above. And then if you are 4K and higher and you want to get check matches on your personally enrolled, then you need to have 4 qualified and active legs, or personally enrolled. Anyways, listen, I told you I'm a little bit all over the place. And then let's see, there was something else. Oh, so you can become qualified and active from your personal order or from your customer orders, and because these are also your customers, customer referrals. All right. Because those people are your customers as well. I have a lot of people that were maybe customers under people that were previous promoters of mine. Obviously, those people don't actually count for my PPA because they were under like somebody I signed. So that's something just keep in mind. If you kind of have them all lumped into some, make sure that you have those in place. And then also, we just had the 25th auto ships run, but if somebody like said they were going to order, or they previously had ordered on the 25th and for whatever reason they did not this month, check in with them, because they maybe had their card declined, maybe you're not seeing it in there, or maybe they just forgot to place their order, forgot to set it up. Just reach out to them. Listen, guys, people are either going to tell you they changed their auto ship, or they have enough product that they don't want to order right now, or maybe they need an adjustment in their order, right? And sometimes, like I said, maybe they need an adjustment in their order because their budget just is a little bit smaller. So in that case, I always ask people, if there's something that they're not taking on a regular, sometimes that's the lifestyle mix, which they're missing out, because honestly, I think the lifestyle mix, for a long time, I did skip it here and there. I try to take it every day now because I notice a huge difference in my bloating, and I also notice a huge difference in my regularity. So if they are not taking it, that's a huge thing. But if for some reason they have an overabundance of lifestyle mix, then just have them get capsules in the DFT of whatever they use, right? That's one way to look at it as well. The month isn't over. I want to tell you that right now. And if you are sitting somewhere and you are like, man, I really wanted to be at 4K this month, and you are nowhere near it, I want to challenge you to get a customer a day, whatever that order might be. It could be one product. It may be, a whole lot, like a whole 3-step system. It might be a couple different things, or it might be a new promoter. Just focus on helping one person a day as the month closes out. And then if you have team, just challenge them to help one person a day. When you focus on just one, literally you start talking to directly, right? And maybe you have that person in mind that you really want to help. Maybe it's somebody that is tired. Maybe it's somebody that's exhausted all the time. Maybe it's somebody that is absolutely just like, they're running like a chicken with their heads cut off, like I have been for the last couple weeks. You guys, literally, if I told you all the craziness that's gone on, you literally would be like, that's made up. Chas told me today that I just literally should write a book about my life because it's so chaotic and there's so many different things happening. And it's just like, oh, there's no way one person's like can go through so much, but yeah, yes, they can. Let's see what to say. Yes, shake to help me with your IBS. Listen, oh, see, yeah, and see, you just and listen, and like the medical claims part, a easy way to get away from technical terms of the medical claims, is saying just like, guys, I literally cannot even tell you how much this has changed so much for me. I am no longer running to the bathroom nonstop. And I know some people don't want to post that, but I'm a nurse. So like I talk about pooping and eating all at the same time. It doesn't ever phase me at all. But literally just skipping out, saying what the actual whatever it is, and just sticking to the actual like feeling or what you're no longer doing. You're no longer running to the bathroom 24/7. Like it's definitely slowed you down because your gut is healthier. And there are people that every time they eat, buddy, they're on the run. And when you get a healthy gut, that is going to slow down. And a lot of people, I know you guys have had to have seen all of the different cleanses and all of the different parasite stuff and all that weird, like, I mean, there's so many different things out there that I had no clue about. And I think that's why they want to restrict people from knowing so many different things, help, and so many different weird stuff is in our food. Like, you know, I don't even know what it's called. I can't think of it right now. But the fake stuff. No, somebody help me because I'm drawing a blank. But basically meat that's not real, that's literally getting put in our food, and being sold on the shelves now, which is crazy. Back on point here. But focus on what you can do. Literally focus on what you can do. Do not focus on things that are out of your control, what you didn't accomplish, where you're not at, and so forth, right? The other day I told you guys, I don't know if it was last week on this call, but I got myself an accountability partner. All right. And I'm not sure if Krista's on or not. I'm going to look through the names here in just a few because I did ask her to help me. She was trying to get her daughter down tonight. And I know like Katie Sue's daughter's sick, and we just have a ton of people that literally a lot's going on. Like I said, Jackie was coming back from a doctor's appointment. But anyways, Krista, last week I messaged her, and I had a day that I had all this stuff planned. Okay. And I want you to tell me if you can relate to this. You have this entire checklist of stuff, and it seems like a very simple checklist that you wanted to get done. And the end of the day comes and you realize like you didn't get hardly anything of it done, right? And then you start to beat yourself up. Like, for me at least, I'm very hard on myself. My husband says that I am probably like, I like basically my own bully sometimes, which is terrible because I used to never be like that. But when you go through a lot of life, sometimes it just beats you down, right? So last week, my accountability partner, I, followed up with her. I was proud of myself because even though my first instinct when she said, "Hey, how did you do today?" My first instinct was, honest to gosh, and I'm telling you the truth here, was to tell her, "Man, I fell flat on my face." That's what I wanted to tell her. But instead, I said, "You know what? I reached out, I got a post up, I touched base with my team, I did some follow-ups, I made a TikTok, I created some graphics, I did some personal development. Um, and anyways, there was a few other things that I had done, and it was actually pretty significant things that I was minimizing. Right? I was minimizing. I had made my bed that day. I had shown up for my kids that day. Yes, I got sidetracked, but I still showed up for my business. It might not have been perfect, but it was progress, right? It was better than not doing anything. So somebody just said, I still need an accountability partner. So you know what? Somebody here on this Zoom right now, if you need an accountability partner, this person, I can't tell who they are because it's just a Zoom user. You guys get together, right? And if it would help you, I'll make a post. I'm not going to make it tonight on the Dream Team, but I'll make it tomorrow. I'll add it to my list. Accountability partner. And you guys, sometimes accountability partners, and listen, Krista is not on my team. We are sidelines, but we have very, very similar goals for what we want to accomplish. And I'm going to tell you them. I'm going to tell you some of those goals. One, I want to reach a new audience. I want to bring value to my audience, and I want to reach a new audience. I want to be attracting new people, not previous thrivers. I want to get to the people that have never seen this product, that have no clue that it's even out there. And if they want the opportunity, then I want to be in front of them and I want to be the one to present it to them. So if that is a goal of yours, then find an accountability partner that also is focused on growth. And growth means you can't just wish that you're talking to those people. You have to be doing things to find ways to get in front of those people. So what am I doing? I am doing a lot of studying of how to get in front of people, like reach my target audience, right? So if you don't know already, in order for you to reach your target audience of people that are going to relate to your content, first off, we're in health and wellness. Okay. So first off, that's one of the things that you will definitely want to be sharing if you're going to be sharing your product, and people that follow you to relate to that, right? So whatever it is that you're here for, you need to talk about it. If it's getting you up every day, if it's helping you with energy, if it's helping you play with your kids, if it's helping you, Brittany Hyder, let me tell you what, she fosters animals. And you guys, like, I see these animals that are at their ribs and then they literally are healthy and they adopt out, right? So you guys, that is giving her that energy, and she puts a lot into that, but without it, and she's had phenomenal before and after pictures. So that is part of who she is, but also her fostering animals. So that is part of her kind of like, and I don't like use the word niche, because truly, I think that is an old school term. I think that we are constantly evolving, and I'm going to put myself in the midlife crisis zone. Okay, because I am like at midlife, because I think the average lifespan is like 84 now, and I'm 42. So I'm at like that midlife crisis time zone. And I'm not really in a crisis, but I'm at that place where I'm like searching for, I want to be meaningful in life, and I want to change people's lives. And I'm seeing my kids now get older and become young adults and move into that next chapter where they'll be getting married and having babies and so forth. And it's like, one of them already has, and I'm a grandma. It's like weird to even think, right? Um, but we want to provide value to the people, but we also want to engage with those people, because if we're not giving, we're not receiving. So I don't know about you, but I'd rather follow people. That is going to get us a new audience, right? But we have to get consistent with our post. So, listen, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I post every single day about my product, because I haven't been. And I could sit here and make excuses, but I've just literally, a lot of life has happened. Um, I try to stay on it. But I had been mentally absolutely at my all-time low. And that's just going to be a real thing for all of us, but we can't stay there. And I tell my kids this all the time. I'm like, you know what? Listen, you're allowed to kick and scream and go through some rough times, but you can't stay there. Like, and I'm not saying you got to be at the top of your game, and this business does not even have to be your top priority. All right. But whatever it is you're here for, that's where you gotta meet yourself, where you need to focus. If you're here for free product, then your focus should be, how can I help people also get this product in their hands to feel the way that I'm feeling every day? Because it helps me get up, it helps me move, I feel better. I can play with my kids, I can play with my grandkids, I get up and go walking. It's giving me my health back. I can tell you guys, this product, when I first started, I'm trying to not use medical terms. I was in a very dark place, and I was working full time again at the hospital. I was grieving, I was busying myself because I was going through grief. My dad had passed away, and I just came out of a very traumatic year. Now, as a nurse, I was the one who, I was the one who took care of my dad, and I was the one who called his time of death and had them start the medicine that ultimately ended his life. And seeing that was rough. It was rough. And my business started tanking that fall. And I went back to the hospital, and the very first patient I had was, right there as well, about ready to pass. And he did pass at like 5 a.m. That next morning. And I had left at 11 that night. And so it was like very triggering and very hard, right, to get up. So I joined Lavelle because I wasn't sleeping. I was tired. I was exhausted. My body was just aching, and I wasn't taking care of myself, you guys, at all. I had no energy. My daughters were both in soccer at the time, and Layla started softball. So it was nonstop. And like, to try to keep up with them, and then just try to keep up with myself, and then working, I was on zero. So Thrive, for me, the first day, I felt alive. It brought me back to life. I was smiling, and I just wanted to get up and do things. And like, I didn't want to get out of bed. It was like a light switch went off. And that is why I came in like a wrecking ball, literally, and just told everybody. And I think I signed 38 customers my first month. I don't know, it was something crazy. And it was literally, I know that I had number one PPA from all of my, I remember Amber reaching out to me, and Barry reaching out to me, and me really, I mean, I think I was number one in March Madness as well. Um, and here I am. I'm not like some massive recruiter. I just couldn't shut up about this product, right? So you got to remember sometimes why you take it. So that's one of the biggest things my accountability partner and I have, is that how are we going to get in front of a new audience? And that might be going live. That might be getting consistent with intentionally narrowing down who it is you want to talk to, right? I can tell you some like depending on the platform that you want to mainly work your business, I highly suggest that you get on and Google tonight how to reach your target audience. And then whatever it is on XYZ platform, whether it's Facebook, whether that is Instagram, whether that is TikTok, whether it is in Reels on Facebook or Instagram, how to reach those people, right? And I'll tell you, there's something called a triple hook, and it will increase the watch time. It'll increase people actually reaching out to you, and so forth. But anyways, I'm not going to get into the technicalities of that. But I will tell you, one of my big growth things right now is video marketing. So that is where I know that trends are leading, and that is where I know that I'm going to get the most reach at. So I am really, really investing a lot of time into that, learning that. Have I put out anything yet? Nope, because I don't know what direction exactly I'm going to go about it. But I'm kind of holding myself back just because I had so much other stuff happening. But I have been watching videos, I have been taking notes, and I have been narrowing down exactly what it is that Amanda wants to bring to the table. And I think part of that is a midlife in her 40s mom that can't keep up. I've got kids of every age, 13 and up, and life is just chaotic. And I think I need to take people on that journey with me sometimes, and not the sadness of it, but my goodness, if it wasn't for Thrive, I don't know how I'd keep up. I don't know how I'd keep up. So get your focus on what it is. Get that accountability partner that will hold you accountable of, okay, how are we going to grow today? How are we going to grow this week? Right. And one of the things that those, I said at the beginning of this, people are saying um, for that recession in 2008, those top earners, they said this. I'll just list, there's 5 things, okay? One of them is people are tightening their budgets. So how can you help those people, right? How can you adjust your business to target? Well, for one, business-wise, ours is free. Our website's free, and they can thrive for free by getting referrals. Our customers, we can help them thrive for free by doing something that's later in this list. And I'm going to get to that. 2, bringing value, right? So you want to give solutions to people's problems. People will always, 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 I want you to think of every commercial, every radio ad, everything that you stop on Facebook, TikTok, whatever, TV, whatever. What do you pay attention to? Stuff that is relevant for you, and stuff that is relevant that makes you stop in your tracks, because you see how you could use it. You see how you could benefit from it. The other day I saw this ad, and it was this shoe rack, just this shoe rack, and it was like Temu or something. It was on Facebook. And I took a picture of it. I stopped, took a picture of it. I didn't order it. But I sent it to my husband, and I sent it to Leah, and I was like, "Ooh, that's good." Like, and it was only like $2.04. Okay. But it was like this collapsible shoe rack, and it had like room for 6 shoes, and then it had like just a little shelf. I mean, I don't know. The reviews on it was pretty good. But I want you guys to think about that. If I did that, how many people are stopping on your post or your things that you put out there, but they're not asking, but they're just screenshotting it, or maybe they're making a mental note um, of, yeah, like I really need to do that, right? And you guys, I'm just going to be honest with you. Product post with just the pictures of the product just aren't going to work. They're just not. People are going to look at it and think of it just directly as an ad, and they are not going to work. I will tell you what works though is, hold on. All right. So I want to make a post and I want to talk about collagen gummies, right? Collagen gummies. So I want you to be honest with me right now. I'm going to do something. Are you ready? This is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to use my notebook to demonstrate this. Ready? All right. Here's the post. And all that you see is me saying how these collagen gummies, my hair is growing, and I'm listing the benefits of it, and da 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 da. Right? How many of you guys think that? Put a 1 in the comments if you think that that would even, if you would stop at this ad. Put a 2 in the comments if you would probably just scroll right past it. Be honest. Okay. Now, I'm going to do another demonstration for you. All right. I'm going to do another demonstration for you. We're going to go with Amanda's going to be silly tonight. Okay. I'm just going to be silly. Let me find. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here's the next one. Here's the next demonstration. You ready? Okay. Here's the next demonstration. And this is the side picture. You're only getting one side now. Okay. I'm going to do the other side here in just a second. So you get this bit. Okay. And maybe I say, all right, just whatever. I'm taking a bite of them, or I just go like this. Okay. Doop. All right. Now I needed them today, so we might as well go ahead and do that. Now, here's my other picture. Ready? Now, those of you guys that know me, probably hardly ever see my hair down, but all right. You see this? Okay. You saw that before picture. It was right to here. I don't know. Let's just make one side look like that because maybe that'll be better. All right. Now, obviously, you want real testimony. Okay. Yeah. And those of you guys that really do know me, like Katie Sue, she's known because my hair was like, let's just get rid of that piece because it sucks. All right. There we go. All right. Ready? I have a before and after picture, and maybe it's in a transition or a reel. And I still say, still taking my gummies. Oh, shit. I forgot I just took those. Damn it. Anyways, I could really eat those things all day long. That's my point. Which one? Now, I want you to be honest with me. Put a 1 if you would have stopped. And you said, holy crap, I want my hair to grow. Right? Notice the difference of the ones. So the first thing I put up there was literally just a picture of the product. Even if I talked about how much hair growth I had, nobody cares. Nobody even read it. All they saw was the visual picture, right? And I'm not saying you have to have a before and after picture. What I can say is that you literally, guys, think about how many times in a video you see somebody with something in their hand and you pay attention. Like I could even just take a picture and be like this, or it could be in a video and just holding it. And people are going to see it in my hand. I don't even have to actually name it. I don't have to say it. I can just be talking about it. That's it. That's the difference. Okay. So I want you guys to start thinking along those lines. And the same thing with the business opportunity. If you're at the park, like, no offense. Okay. I'm going to tell you guys this. People do not give a shit how much money you make. They don't care. They don't care. Okay. They really do not care. In fact, most of them are like, yeah, right. That's all there is to it. However, what they can relate to is on payday, you got gas. Thank goodness for my Thrive paycheck today. Or thank goodness for Thrive, because man, whew, gas is high. And you can even put how much is gas in your area. Like, I'm thanking goodness for Thrive today, buddy, because I don't know how I would have been able to fill my tank up this week. Right? Or what about going to the grocery store? Guys, literally bring it down to being more relevant to what most people need. Okay. And don't get me wrong, people want the car payments, people want the trips and so forth. But if we are talking in lockdown mode, possibly again, how many people you think are going to be going on those trips? They're nice, they're wonderful, they're great. Okay. And it's wonderful, but you're only going to attract the audience that really can actually go out or wants to do that. I'm going to be perfectly transparent with you. I am not a place in my life where I want to travel very much. As you guys heard, I don't know how many of you, Jackie and I were just talking about this today, and then I was talking to Chas about it today. And I've mentioned it on this Zoom before. You know, a lot of people had speculated and questioned about Paul. Okay, where's Paul been? Where's Paul been? And, you know, he told you guys, I actually missed the call, and I have been catching bits and pieces of it. And I had no clue he actually said it, but I was right on point. You guys, Paul literally traveled and busted his ass. 7 days a week on an airplane, traveling the world, doing multiple locals, multiple cities, nonstop, flying in private jets. Like literally, I know it's a private plane because he flew into here where I live. And like when Chas went and got on the airplane, it was like literally like the airports are like 4 seats there. She sent a picture of this airplane. It's like this little itty bitty airplane. I was like, oh, no, I wouldn't get on it. But for real, it's actually listed as like the smallest airport or something because it's so tiny. But I'm telling you this because not everybody's in a place in their life where they really want to travel much, right? Oh, I see some other people. Yes, please. Krista, I see you. Oh, Jackie's here too. Krista, let's get you on. You've got your daughter in bed. But listen, I told that story. Let me tell the other 3 things. I'm going to unmute you, Krista, and I can't make both you guys co-hosts. So I'm going to unmute you, but let me tell the other things because you guys know I get off track. So 1, it was tightening of budget. So helping people get their product for free, right? Helping people run their business for free. 2, bringing value, solving a problem. So like they're struggling with their hair growth, they're struggling with energy, they're struggling with going to the bathroom nonstop, gut health, whatever, right? Sharpen your tool. Oh, wait. Before that, number 3, customer service. Okay. So your follow ups, making sure, checking on those customers, making sure before their auto ships run, whether they needed their cart edited. Don't freak out if they need to change 1 or 2 things. Guess what? You're providing good customer service. You're making sure they're getting the results they want. You're making sure if they need to take something out or add something in, right? Send them a little card if you want. Or I like to, because I'm not a gifty person. I'm just being honest. I'm not a gifty person, but I'm like let me give you something there. Let me give you some credits person. Here, let me help you out. That's the kind of person I am. So good customer service. Sharpening your tools, not reinventing the wheels, sharpening your tools, right? So keeping it basic, like getting your free accounts. That's a master plan. Like literally 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you focus on that, but then you focus on the how are you going to get in front of Chris? I don't know if you heard me talking about that, about when I told people, when I told you, when you messaged me last week and I was like, well, I was going to tell you I did really shitty today, but then I told you all the things I actually did do. And even though it wasn't great, progress over perfection, right? So as long as we're moving like closer and closer to that goal. But so sharpening your tools, and that's where I told you guys, I want to get in front of a new audience. I know that's something that Krista and I are both a goal is. We want to reach new people that we've never met, that have never tried Thrive, and we want to create new momentum, right? New momentum, new thrivers, new momentum. So sharpening your tools, not reinventing the wheels, getting those Thrive accounts, sampling, 3 ways, helping people go VIP 800, helping people thrive for free. Those are all things that are going to be business building. That is never going to change, right? And then last but not least, team huddles, getting people in exactly what we're doing right now, right? But you can also plan it where once a week, maybe you only have a team of 3 or 4 people. Guess what? You guys get together on a Zoom. It can be 15 minutes, it can be 30 minutes, however much time you want, and you strategize what's your game plan this week. What are you going to challenge yourselves for this week? What are we going to learn this week that we are going to become badass masters at this week? And, they say if you spend 100 hours or something like that a year on, I might be way off. I might be completely be fiction on this and be way off. 100 hours a year or something like that. I don't know. Once you spend 100 hours learning something, you are more of an expert in it than other people. I don't know if that could be like totally false, but I think it's close to being right. And with all that said, I'm telling you guys these things that if we know that happened so that would have been, how long ago was 2008? 15 years ago. 15 years ago when the recession happened, if these people are making 6, 7, 8-figure earners are telling us that that's where we need to be focused at, if the economy is taking a shit, then that's where I'm going to listen to, because I want to be where they're at. If they're still around, they obviously are doing something right. They obviously learned something. So that's what I'm telling you guys. As you finish up this month, you look down through your team, you see who's working, who needs what. And guess what? You can't make people work, you guys. You don't focus where you're not getting answers. You focus where there's people that want to meet you. And like I said, I will be putting up a post about accountability. If you do not have an accountability partner prior to that, then hopefully you'll be able to grab one on there. All right, I'm shutting up now. I'm going to turn my mic off and just shut up, Krista. So you go at it, girl.
I was reading Amanda Lewis's comment here, having trouble figuring out how to grow her network outside of her current friends list and followers. So I just wanted to jump in here and kind of share what I did to do that. This season that we're getting ready to go into, y'all, is just such an exciting time. It's, to me, in my personal business, it's been the biggest growth season. Each year I've seen just such a huge launch. So this is the season to get bold and to step out of those comfort zones. So if you're trying to reach new people on social media, then you got to put yourself out there. You got to put yourself out there. So, and that's on each platform is going to be sort of different, right? Whether you're working in Facebook, that's more personal. You're going to be maybe sharing about your kids, your life, the ins and outs. You're going to do maybe longer videos or longer typed posts. TikTok is more silly, or you can really kind of let loose over there. And then Instagram is, reels and photos and all that good stuff. But so you have all these different platforms that you can kind of be different versions of yourself to grow. You got to think about who your target audience is on each social media app. But just if you're not already on social media, then just pick 1 or 2 platforms. I don't want you getting super overwhelmed, but pick the ones that you enjoy being on. It shouldn't be stressful or a job for you to get on each day. You're going to be talking about things that you like to do, right? That you already are passionate about, that are ingrained in yourself. You're sharing you with others, so you're able to have continue to grow those connections and relationships with people. So I wanted to share that because when I first started this business and I was sharing on social media, I posted one video on TikTok that was super transparent. I'm a recovering addict, so I was sharing about that and being a single mom and trying to create this business and take care of my daughter on my own. And I have dentures, and I did videos with my teeth out, because you can be crazy silly over there. You can be whatever you want to be. And so I did one video, and it was a compilation of all these different things about myself. And overnight, I gained 60,000 followers. It was insane. So it only just takes one time of you stepping outside of your comfort zone and sharing who you are, for for that one person to come, really, for that one person to come into your business, that one customer that's going to change your whole business, that one promoter that's going to like ready to run with you. So I really wanted to share that because this is the season to get as bold as you can. We already know that some incredible things are coming this week with the compensation plans that they talked about last week and some extra surprises that are coming. Like, this is the time, if you want, like, you're zoned in on your goals, what do you want? You're on this Zoom for a reason. You hit that promoter button for a reason. Like, really getting zoned in on what your goals are and why you're here. Not just looking at a rank of 4K, 12K, 40K, 200K, but what does that rank mean to you? What is it going to do for your life? My first few months in promoting, I needed that auto bonus because I needed a car. I was a single mom with no other job. I was only doing Thrive stuff. And I needed that auto bonus. I needed that car, and I needed the bonus that came with it. So that's what 12K meant to me. It meant getting me and my daughter to and from the grocery store. It meant getting us, to and from the doctor's offices. That's what it meant to me. And I wrote that goal down every single day. So I was willing to put myself out there to look a little silly on social media, thinking, what are these people going to think about me? What are they going to say about me? Like, you really got to zone out all of those things because those people aren't paying your bills. Nobody was going to come and help me get me and my daughter to and from the doctor. Nobody was going to put gas in our car. Nobody was going to put food on the table. I was on food stamps at this time before I hit 12K. I didn't have shit, excuse my language, but I didn't have anything. This business changed my entire life. So get zoned in on what your why is. Why are you here? What are your goals? What could it do? What could this opportunity not only do for you and your family, but what do you want to help others accomplish, right? So getting vulnerable, creating those reels, create that reel. Like, you can scroll through, get some ideas, but give yourself a time limit if you're scrolling, okay? Because I have fallen into this trap so many times. I'm like, I'm just going to scroll through and get some ideas for content. And then I'm look up and it's 2 hours later. So set a timer, okay? And get some ideas, write some things down, save some videos, whatever you want to do, and then make a video. Make a video, whatever. It could just be like some pictures of you with an audio over it and some text. Like, start slow if you need to, or we'll go back to that accountability partner thing. Get yourself an accountability partner. You can send your videos to back and forth to each other to kind of get the nerves out. What do you think about this video? Give me your honest review. Let me know what I should change or what I should add, etc. Get your own little hype person. Like, that's the best thing, to have that person that's like cheering you on, encouraging you, really giving you that honest, review on if you're going to look like a fool or not. But it doesn't really matter if you look like a fool, because if you go to my TikTok page, you'll see I posted some crazy stuff, okay? But it grew my audience. So I was able to grow such a following over on TikTok that I would tell them, like, I don't really talk about this over here because I don't talk about Thrive at all on TikTok. But I invite them to come over to Facebook. I'm like, add me on Facebook, like, send me a friend request, or follow me or whatever. And that's like when my business exploded. So you don't know what platform it is that you're going to grow the most on, but wherever you feel more comfortable at. I feel more comfortable in Facebook Messenger, having my conversation. So I invite people over there. If they have Facebook, then that's where I'm going to talk to them, right? So this is I just wanted to jump on here because I saw that comment, and I'm like, just thinking, this is the season to get bold, to step out of your comfort zones, to really think, is your goal, is that important to you? Because this is the place. Lavelle is the vehicle that can get you to that goal. It's just depending on what you're gonna do. We could say all day, like, I wanna hit 200K, I wanna hit the top of the company, or I wanna, go on the next lifestyle getaway, I wanna have that auto bonus. But are you willing to do the things that are gonna get you there, right? This is like the funnest job, the hardest but easiest. Like, it's just so many things in one. It's just the best thing ever. But it takes getting uncomfortable, right? But as more times that you put yourself out there and getting uncomfortable on social media, posting that reel that you're like, hands are all sweaty before you post it. You're like, I don't know if I should post this or not. I look crazy. Post it, okay? I just had a complete brain fart. But Go ahead.
That's such gold though. That's so much gold. You guys look, I'm going to show you. This is like literally 2018. Amanda, 2018. Look, I'm like super close up. I've got some, back then they like have some kind of background. Whatever. Anyways, it's so distracting to look at that shiny old background because that's like what people are saying to do. I was like listening and it was like gaudy as hell. Look at it. Look, seriously. Anyways, listen, half my videos, whenever I was like, seriously, guys, whenever I started doing my
How
lives,
much
I
did you grow during that time? How much did you grow during that time when you were
during
when you were
that
doing that?
time. Oh my gosh, you guys, my videos, like, I mean, I grew massively. Like I don't know, like, oh, I don't know, a lot. Like that was one of my biggest years. 2018 was one of my biggest years. So it was my second biggest year. 2020 was my biggest, I think my biggest year. And like maybe 2020, 2021, somewhere around there. I don't know. It was a massive, massive year, right? And I'm here to tell you guys, like, I had 250 friends on Facebook when I started in 2013. And I did not have any other social media platforms. I knew that once I hit basically a wall and I had like hit all the people that knew me and so forth, I started doing all this stuff like I didn't know. I don't know. I was just like adding people, and I was like, I made a Facebook page, which was like stupid. That was like, don't do that. Plus, you're not allowed to do that with like Lavelle. You got to work on your personal page and so forth. Anyways, I totally did like a lot of the wrong things, and I wasn't actually growing an audience that wanted to see my stuff. I was just growing people that wanted to also grow. Right? Makes sense. So basically what I'm telling you is I got on and I said, what do I need to do in order to get, I know that there are people that are searching for exactly what I have. So I zoned in on that, and I thought about Instagram, and I said, okay, I'm going to utilize Instagram like somebody would Google. So that's the mindset I went into, and I started hashtagging things that people would be Googling to find weight loss, Googling to find hair growth, Googling to find collagen products, Googling to find, hear what I'm saying here? Like all the things that I had to offer, Googling to find ways to work from home. And then I posted my content around that. And I basically, I looked it up on YouTube and I looked it up on Google, and I ended up getting like, I don't know, a massive following. So if you ever go over to Instagram, you're like, yeah, Amanda don't really have that much of action going on. It's because like I haven't worked it in like 5 years. Okay. Or maybe even worse. I don't even want to get into it. I have periods of times that I've worked it and then periods of not. Most of my growth has come from Facebook because I learned how to leverage Facebook. Because after I hit a wall on Instagram, because it was like changing the stuff and the style and all that stuff. And I'm just gonna be honest with you guys, when I was really building on Instagram, though, I was doing it between the hours of 9 p.m. and 3 p.m. or 3 a.m. I was working it very hard when my kids went to bed. I was very in the zone. I was making sure I put a post up, and I was literally putting a post up an hour, every hour. And I know that sounds excessive, but people aren't seeing that every single post you put up on Instagram. Okay. So I was putting a post up every single hour on Instagram that I was on it. And in between those times, I was interacting with my following. I was interacting with people. We didn't have Messenger on Instagram back then. You couldn't shoot people a message. So if they were interested, they had to either text me, they had to email me, and I had to put that in my bio. I had to put my email and I had to put my text, and our website in my previous company, you couldn't even put your website on there. Okay. Cause it didn't work. Facebook didn't let you, Instagram didn't let you. So you had to like put a dot or a space in between it for them to actually go to it, or you had to create a landing page, which was very complicated back then. In like 2013, 2014, like there was like hardly any resources on how to do that. So I just kept on. Basically what I found over the years though was what made people follow me was me just being me sharing who I am, the inspiration, sharing stuff about my kids, sharing life at the ball field, me being a nurse, me being a building a business and being able to help people, me being able to travel. You guys, listen, I started, my car was damn repossessed. My freaking house was in foreclosure. And I literally was working 5 and 6 days a week, never seeing my freaking kids. That's what motivated me. That's what got my fire lit underneath my ass and made me say, if they can, I can. Right. And I just had to prioritize it. And I didn't want to spend my kid's life never. Basically, I made a post today and it said, it was a Dolly Parton quote. And it was like, don't get caught up, making a living and forgetting to live. And I just told our stepson this the other day because he's always busy and he's always like on the go. And if he's not busy, his mind like goes crazy. And I said, listen, don't forget, like when you lose the fun in why you're doing something, or you lose the passion while you're doing it, it becomes work and it becomes stressful and it becomes not enjoyable, right? So like remember why you're doing this business. Like if you join this business to have energy and to have, make some extra money to like offset the bills or whatever that might be, every single time you think about what do I need to do, don't focus on necessarily how am I going to sign a customer today, but focus on how you're going to help somebody today. How are you going to inspire somebody today? What value are you going to bring to them? And like Krista was saying, you guys, I'm going to tell you, narrow down yourself 3 things. You don't even have to narrow it down to 3 things, but at least come up with like 3 things that you could literally share that would draw people to you, right? Like I love to inspire and teach things. So they kind of like fall into the same category, like inspiration and teaching like stuff, right? I also love, like, I'm crazy. And like I told you, I'm in my midlife crisis stage of life. But I'm also in that stage where I'm just like that's where I'm at. Like what is happening? Like, why is life so crazy all the time? Like that's where I'm at. So people are gonna get that in my videos. They're gonna get that. And guess what? I don't apologize for being who I am. And I say things and people appreciate being real. And if you note, big transition on social media is authenticity. And listen, I am not Angela. I am not Jackie. I am not Krista. I am not, I'm like looking at names. People don't have their names. I'm not Joy. I'm not Christy. I'm not Pat. I'm not any of these people. Okay. I'm just Amanda. And Pat's out here walking. Okay. Pat, you're making me feel like my butt is on the cat on my bed right now. Right. So like, and you guys listen, that's the thing. When I went on my weight loss journey, I took people on that journey with me. When I went through my divorce, people went on that divorce journey with me. When I had my gastric sleeve surgery, people went on that surgery, that journey with me. They watched me transition. They watched my kids grow. They know me. They saw my pain, they saw the growth, they saw me overcoming, right? And yes, like, eh, I, yeah, making people laugh. You guys, some of the videos, I made this video years ago. I'm going to shut up here in a second because this is like really not growth related. But I made this video years ago where I literally got on this thing that like I laid down on the floor and it was supposed to stretch your neck. And I got to tell you, you got to visually imagine this. Okay. Amanda's 375 pounds or 327 pounds at the time. And I had a Mastiff and 2 Labradoodles. No, I don't think I had the Labradoodles at the time. But anyways, my Mastiff just kept on licking my face. And I'm laying on the ground with this thing around my neck that I'm like pumping up and I'm like dying laughing. Okay. And like, I'm literally like blowing this thing up in my face and my dog is licking me in my face and I'm still live. And then I baked my ex-husband a cake and then I dropped it in the oven as I was taking it out on my live. I should have known. I should have known. Then it was just meant for dogs. But listen, it's not going to be perfect and it doesn't have to be perfect. But while you're thinking about what you're bringing to the table, guess what? Somebody else out there is creating content and they are dying for people to love it. They are dying for people to pay attention to them. They are dying to create a relationship and have like, maybe they're in a very lonely marriage like I was. Okay. Like 20 years of my life, I felt alone. And yes, I was a mom, and yes, I was very involved with my kids, but like in relationship wise, I was alone. I didn't go places. I didn't do anything besides Lavelle was my outlet. So, and in fact, this industry was my outlet for me to make friends and meet people. So, is there anything else you want to say, Krista? Because if not, I know Jackie, you got anything you want to say? Um, ladies, like Krista, you just brought it. I think you gave a ton of freaking gold in like 5 minutes while I rambled for the last hour.
One tip I want to give on the social media aspect, if you are going to be like growing on other platforms like TikTok or Instagram or whatever, make sure, okay, if you don't have this already, make this your homework tonight or in the morning or something. Have your profile pictures matching on all your platforms. Try to have like your name, your username matching. Okay. So like how I grew on TikTok, like overnight, it was insane. People knew how to find me. I didn't even have to say it at first. I woke up to a whole bunch of friend requests on Facebook because they knew where to find me. They just had to type my name in and the same profile picture pops up, you know? So make sure that it's all of your social medias are connecting in that way with your name, your picture, so people can find you anywhere. And then just play around with, be bold. Like I said, make this your season that you're going to step out of your comfort zone and you are going to be bold as fuck. Excuse my language, but I want you to like grab this by the cojones, you know what I'm saying? And go for it. Like do things sweating, like have a whole anxiety attack after you post that video, do what you need to do. Okay. Or get into the chat with your accountability partner. Be like, oh my God, I can't believe I just posted that, but I did it. I promise you, each time you do that, and each time you have those moments or you're posting something where you're like, this is way outside of my comfort zone, it's going to get easier. And then you're just going to be on the videos talking about I'm telling you, if you want to go to my TikTok, you can go to the beginning of it and see like my progression of just comfortableness. I got on there with sometimes because I related to a whole bunch of people that have dentures. And so I feel like, be comfortable, be you, like without my
Listen,
teeth in, like
listen,
it was
Krista, you guys, listen, listen, I can't help it. I got to share this before you get off it. Before we go to Jackie, I could see Jackie's going to say, listen, go watch Krista's video when she went to the leadership retreat. Okay. Go watch Krista's video. Cause listen, I died. She thought she lost her dentures in the ocean.
I lost my dentures in the
She
ocean.
did drop
And it was
them.
on video though.
It was on video. It was so awesome.
And I posted it.
I loved it. It was so relatable though, you guys. And listen, that's part of her story. And listen, it was so awesome. I said, Krista, I mean, I was rolling and it was amazing all in one because I know her and I know her story and I know all of it. And like literally, you guys, how many people do you think can relate to that? Because like I live in West Virginia and I can tell you my state, one of the worst things is like the dental care. And I don't know if it was from all the fluoride they gave us when we were little or what, but holy lordy, or the water that we drank, or just really it's a poverty state, you know? But all right. I know Jackie's got something. Krista, you brought fire, babe. I'm so glad
Talk about the things that most people aren't willing to talk about, because those are going to be the people that you connect with, because you had the courage to use your voice, okay, and to connect with them. So they are going to be like drawn to you like a magnet, okay, and they're going to be wanting to talk to you and build a relationship with you because you were a voice for them, and then you're giving them inspiration to use their own voice for whatever it may be, whatever you have in you to share it. That's it.
Love it. Mwah, bomb. Jackie, what you got to add, babe?
Nothing other than be like on the lookout for the new email that's going to come out for the compensation plan, you guys. And I know it could get overwhelming, but here's something to mention. Okay, I'm not sure if we mentioned this, but I don't think they're taking away anything. They're only giving us more stuff, right? They're giving the newbies more stuff. They're giving the top leaders more stuff, and pretty much everybody in between is going to be impacted by that, right? And something that I had been on a call earlier, just talking to one of my leaders, I just told her, I said, if you had someone who has not been in the business for a long time, have them cancel out their account and resign, and tell them hey, come take a look at this compensation plan because we're getting a new upgrade and
Yep.
there's going to be rank advancement bonuses, right? Like maybe somebody who
I
maybe pay a long time ago and they have not ordered in forever, go have them re-sign, they
Yes.
even right under.
And listen, what Jackie just said, I want everybody to understand, and please understand, we are telling you compliantly how to do it. Okay. You want to make sure if that person has an account and that is not been ordered in over 6 months, and they are, I'm talking like people that are literally on your team, and they have no upline, nobody in between you and them. Okay. And literally, you or they're signed with you and they have not ordered in 6 months, or you better believe I had Lavelle send in a support ticket, send in a freaking thing from their account. If they don't even know how to get in their account, then guess what? They can send an email with the email that they use. Lavelle, is it Lavelle at support dot, it's LE dash E. Anyways, just look it up. It's in there. It's like Lavelle at support.com, right? I say that right?
No, it's support@lavelle.com, but
That's
you can
it.
even
See?
send an email for them. You
Yeah,
as
you
the promoter, you can actually send the email for them and just say, this is the email that they use. They don't have access to their account. They will go and email them.
Yep.
They'll
And I
go
send
and
in
email them and
tickets.
then ask them.
Listen, I send in tickets all the time, you guys. And like, I know people have told me that they won't cancel like customer accounts. I've never had one problem as long as I'm providing the information that's needed, unless the person has been active. And if the person has been active, well, then they got to wait anyway. So that's the only time I've ever ran into it. And then they can start. And listen, I just had a girl that did that. She was a previous 12K. And she came back. She had people that were still actually active, okay, under her, but they were very sporadically active. And she was willing to say, you know what, if people that want to join her again, then they can go through the same steps that she did. And those people, if they want to step back and, whatever, they can. If not, like I'm talking, it was right after BOGO. So people kind of order sometimes after BOGO. And then, yeah, anyways, that's a great tip. But this compensation plan change is going to be huge, you guys. And people are looking right now. Companies, literally, like the economy, everything. So really, really, really bank on the free promoter account, the fact that we can thrive for free, that we have these VIP bonuses, that we have these compensation plan, the Maui gyms, the rank bonuses, all this stuff that's going to be built in, like leverage the benefits of what this can do for people. And then, building your business, just literally sharing things.
We are actually, Maui Gym is going away. Maui
Oh.
Gym is going to be the Apple gift card now. So that's huge
What guys
because
did
you know
that?
how expensive those damn phones are?
Yeah.
So if you get there's a new iPhone coming out like in a month and
You
they
can tell
raise
how
the
out of
price.
the loop I've been, right? Because you
They
guys,
raise the price. So if somebody gets an Apple gift card, that phone is going to be $400 cheaper, right? What kind of, like, a lot of people have an iPhone. You either have like an Android or an iPhone, right? And some people are like, so iPhone, and how are they going to get that new phone when they just raise the price? So now's the perfect time. Like, hey, by the way, are you an iPhone user? Like, you can get $400 off your phone, right? Coming
it's so
up, you
crazy.
need a
That's
new
what we
phone.
used to get. That's what we got when I started. It was
Well,
the
you guys
Apple.
got
Yeah.
iPads.
What? Yeah, we got the iPad, and then they did the cash. We could
Yeah.
get Apple iPad. But I'm glad that they're doing it this way because it'll be helpful for business building purposes. So, right. But anyways, all right, let's close this up. And then, guys, I'll get this recording up. And like I said, just get an accountability partner and somebody that you're going to grab wings with. And now is the time that you're either going to have growth come the new year or you're not. And I don't know about you, but this is the time that I'm going to be learning and applying and growing my network and bringing in new people. So anyways, have a good night, guys. Thank you, ladies.